injured here, 3v3, Argus Desert Gate, blue team. You've got Vroom-Vroom as an Apothecary support commander that fights in melee combat by default, begins with a targeted heal and a passive health regeneration aura alongside TehMuffinman, 571 as an Inquisitor, offensive commander, lots of great control and some decent support too, can get some ranged weapons, begins in melee combat. And rounding off this blue team, batpimp is a Warboss, melee commander that walks through objects and very good offense, disruption and support from the front lines. As you may guess from batpimp's name, he does stream on Twitch, twitch.tv/batpimp, go over and follow. Red team, it's red5589 as a warp spider Exarch to the point commander that fights range combat, lots of great capping and harassing and generally being very annoying with control abilities. Alongside more Eldar, it's Ar-Aamon as a Warlock, melee commander that can leap into combat, some awesome disruption and mobility, some good offense and tanking potential as well. And rounding off the teams is Watershipup as a force commander, very good offense, fights in melee combat, can also tank, disrupt and support with buffs. And we've got some Dark Angels DLC, finally! I really like this DLC, but you very rarely see it played. Them robed tactical marines, it's a space marine mirror on the east side. Imperial guard backing away for some reason. Where are you going? Where are they going? No idea. Not even fighting. He's going mid. TehMuffinman is going mid. He's going to beat some Eldar. 499, 478. Why did he move? It was a 2-to-1 up there. Very strange. I think it was maybe a 2-to-1 on the west side as well. And the Warboss of batpimp has been forced back. Howling Banshee is now going to chop up a node. That Warband will most likely go down. Banshees in amongst guardsmen, not good for them. Really strange decision from TehMuffinman to come mid when he had a 2-to-1 top against Watershipup, and the pathing let him down there. Those guardsmen went around this way, I think, and confused him. Special attack from the Warlock, and he's chasing down those guardsmen. Tactical Marines forced off. These are Watershipups, the force commander already off the field. His scouts also off the field. So east is blue, and in the end it works out okay for TehMuffinman. He stays in the field and wins his engagement. Well, Banshees push forward to cap instead of fighting, so he's lost his VP there. Orks now pushing up the west side, this resource lane with a contested power, 2 natural powers and those 2 semi-natural wreck points, pretty natural. Shuriken Cannon behind that heavy cover is going to slow down and force off these Orks. Sluggers, there they go. Start capping, shooter boys. Warboss on capping duty. Should be splitting these guys and capping, at least decapping this wreck point. Meanwhile, east side, Watershipup in trouble. Force commander goes down. 487454. Another Shuriken Cannon this time from Ar-Aamon. Devastators for Vroom-Vroom. Watershipup does have assault marines on the field already though to counter that. Shotguns are there to counter initiate any jump. Also have a, no, they don't have a sergeant. Sentinel for TehMuffinman with no upgrades. He's purchased sergeants and that is it. No, he's got a crossbow bolt pistol. I'm gonna say, where did his power gone? Here comes the Warboss smacking through walls right into a Shuriken Cannon's face though. Maybe some Storm Boys for batpimp he uses. Now I'm angry to charge away. Look at this, he's got the enhanced custom shooter. Bounding Banshees with the aspect of strength kicking off on the east side. Assault Marines initiating. Need to back it up with stuff though. Here comes the Warlock. Merciless Switchblade, you would think over here, but no sign of it yet. Devastator's going for the garrison. Risky play, but he does just about get in there. Apothecary forced to retreat. Assault Marines need to try and stay away from that garrison now so they don't get suppressed. The scouts almost wiped, and a good push through by red team. Dire Avengers milling around dangerously with their grenade ready to throw on anything that retreats out. Crossbow bolt pistol prickling volley on those assault marines, but they are now out of it and the Devastators are wiped. It was a massive risk putting them in that garrison, even if they got in there safely. If you don't win the engagement, they are basically dead. 487408, 2-to-1 cap for the blue team. They held the east side. It was a good push through by red team initially, but the force commander wasn't there, was he, to back it up. He's now back at base, coming back out. Ar-Aamon has leveled to 2 thanks to that revive that he got. And look at this, Eldar pushing through west side. Sluggers with Knob Leader and big shooters, so they're going to do a hell of a lot of DACA, but batpimp needs a reliable way to get to the shuriken. At the moment he's flanking with a charge, and he's in there. He needs to tie up the shuriken though. He's gone after the Dar Avengers, very odd. There he goes. Use your choppers on the sluggers. Banshees might wipe as they retreat. Nice grenade. That's a good clutch grenade from Red. Sluggers taking losses, but they live. And the Warboss using his, what is it called? Shoot 'em good? Yeah, shoot 'em good. Knocking back the warps, but Exarch does have the improved warp generator. East side is turning red. Is the Force Commander on Captain Duty. Has no XP whatsoever, this guy. He's gone to tier 2 though, and has some more tactical marines. Double tacks and assault marines. Banshees of red just about getting away. The Banshees of Ar-Aamon in retreat also, but slightly healthier. Vroom-Vroom Devastators he replaces and sets up. Tactical marines back at base, should be putting them between the 2 HQs for double regen. Sentinel Steel with no ground pound. Hasn't really been put under threat yet. Warlock level 2. Just staying behind cover for now, which is good. No point pushing on if you have the VP and not a lot of support. The Force Commander Steel with absolute, what is he doing? That must have been a mistake. He retreated everything off. Watership up. What are you up to? 468372 bizarre. Must have been a mistake. How do you mistakenly press Alt X though? Very odd. Sticky retreat. Was he maybe only wanted to retreat his Force Commander? Not sure. 459372. Sticky retreat means, by the way, when you try to retreat one unit and quickly select another and they all get retreated instead. Apothecary not going to give up this chase. Has the purification vials. 452372. Here comes Watership. Not sure what he was up to, but he's back out on the field left. Ar-Aamon in the lurch there. Banshees with a flank. Maybe. Can Devastators catch them? Yeah, they got caught, I think. Sentinel still cannot stop them, but they're going after the guard and are caught by huge amounts of range fire. Here come some tactical marines too. Watership up with the jump on the Devastator to initiate. Crippling volley on them, I would think. Yes, there it is. 452358 and purification vials on the blob of tactical marines. Scouts also there. Shotgun blast, nicely done. Just halting their advance. These assault marines soaking up huge amounts of damage, but they need to run away. He's going to lose the squad, I think. 452349. He does lose his assault marines. Not paying attention whatsoever to them. 2-ton cap for blue, and looks like they're going to keep it because this is sloppy from water. Really sloppy engagement. Red team are doing well on the west side though. Well, it's red 5589 is doing well. To be more specific, 452334. So 2-to-1 cap. Grenade thrown in the garrison. That's nasty. Does not wipe either of the shooter boys. Pretty lucky there for batpimp. Warboss still making do with flanking angry bits to deal with the shuriken. And red needs to watch for that. He doesn't want to push up his shuriken too far and get out of position and exposed like he has done a couple of times. Warboss being counter-initiated though by Howling Banshees, who do have their Exarch. You see her carrying that huge heavy melee Executioner Spear. What is it? 51 DPS heavy melee. On a very quick squad is not bad at all. 449323. Ouch. Anointed Power Axe taking out a tactical marine. Drains energy and returns it to the Apothecary with each strike. Very useful for him since he's quite energy intensive in general. You need to be careful when and how you use abilities for maximum efficiency. Not an easy thing to learn. Wraith Guard with their Warlock leader, they now have the Wraith Sight. Allows them to move faster. Purification Vials and a retreat. No, just backs away. Wraith Guard, a good choice up on this east side. What's going on here? It's the Warlock being sneaky and capping a red team, despite Water's strange mass retreats and losing his assault marines. The red team are doing well. Here's a dreadnought now and some more assault marines on the way. Blue team, I suppose, have been under constant pressure here, and that's robbing a lot of the other blue team players of power. Red team, on the other hand, I don't think I've had their power pushed at all, apart from that generator being damaged. I don't think they've taken any generators down. I don't think so. Maybe some on that east side have gone down. Here's the Dreadnought being spotted by an infiltrated Inquisitor. She's infiltrated herself with interrogators. There's a triple cap for red. 368, 323, Manticore Strike. The first one. Good hits on the Shuriken, but it was in retreat for all of them. The damage is wildly reduced. The Assault Marines quickly tying up the Wraith Guard. Needs to babysit them with his Banshees, and his Banshees were far away. 342, 323. And it's Vroom-Vroom leading a line there, while his teammate is pushed off by a Dreadnought. Not much he can do with his current composition. He does have Stormtroopers who could get an anti-armor kit. Down goes the Sentinel. Dreadnought getting an inspiration kill, as you saw, and a bit of XP. Assault Marines dying again. Did he lose them again? He lost his Assault Marines again, I think. Wow, really sloppy from Watership. Vroom-Vroom is punishing him each engagement really badly. Turns to engage. Has a Dreadnought, and there's no AV here whatsoever. Librarian on the field for Vroom-Vroom. 306, 323. Emperor Fist. Nope, just a retreat out from Vroom-Vroom. Tactical Marines do have a missile launcher now. We're unable to fire it. Here comes Ar-Aamon to support, and blue team again up against it. They seem to be getting the better of the engagements up here, but they just can't hold ground. The Imperial Guard players has been very passive so far. It's Vroom-Vroom who's doing the push, and he needs support to do that and make it stick. Warboss coming to now decap red team's natural. Has his power back, but it needs some generators on it. Warps for the Exarch has gone down here. It's going to be tough to revive him there too. Maybe the Warlock can fleet through. He's gone for Mercer Switchblade, Champion's Robe, and Heart of Darkness. A very annoying, tanky Warlock with the signature awesome mobility. Manticore Strike might wipe out his Dire Avengers, or at least help to. Need to run away. Didn't want to retreat through the shots, I think, and he does just about get them out. 282, 323. Maybe a webway up here for Ar-Aamon, since the Warlock webway gate can heal. What's going on mid? That was a weird boy throwing these sluggers into combat, into trouble more like. Warp Spiders on the field for red. Might have called them in using his global. Good shot from the weird boy. Ouch, that was painful. Took out 2 Warp Spiders, including the Exarch. 282, 323. It's the Autarch dropped by red, chasing back the weird, but he will get away fine. Red team are holding this east side, but for how long? This Dreadnought is still a problem. Thunderhammer Force Commander now. Stormtroopers overextended in my opinion. 282, 323. Scouts babysitting the Dreadnought. Big engagement here. Manticore Strike is going to miss everything, I think. Yep. Banshees knocked back, and look at this, the Wraith Guard losing their Warlock leader and getting that stun. A very brief stun, but it's pretty damaging to them. They do get inside the garrison. Banshee's still in play after shrugging off that crippling poison. Now fighting an Inquisitor in melee combat, and she's taking huge amounts of damage, puts Distort Field on them, but then retreats them out to safety, and they should get away. Tactical Marines, they're getting away with 2 models. Perhaps lucky to get away with 2 models. 237, 323, where do we stand? Warlock does not get away. Dreadnought still charging around and wrecking stuff. Does Vroom-Vroom have a melter bomb? No, he doesn't. If you don't have a way to slow down a Dreadnought, it's gonna run amok. And red team come out on top. Librarian's still here, but not a whole lot he can do with the Dreadnought charging around and Wraith Guard shooting at him, and he does retreat out and gets away safely. It's Batpimp coming back, pushing through mid. Under serious pressure on the west side, but now he's pushing through mid. Fire Dragons though are going to bash. Have these close range fusion guns, basically rapid firing melters. And are they going to bash or just sit here? 212, 323, I have no idea. Warp Spiders flanking those shooter boys, so that cover was not helping them out. Weird boy though with another shot. He needs to tie that guy up quickly if he can. But Autarch, a prime candidate for that. There's a Warp Vomit though. And Warboss using shoot 'em good. Lots of Daka in her face. 210, 323. She does get away. Weird boy now on capping duty. Howling Banshees of Ar-Aamon are coming to the east side. Red still have it. Blue team though are putting pressure on mid, and red seems to be struggling to force him off and keep him off here. Needs the Autark on the Weird Boy. The Weird Boy is making all the difference. Needs to put pressure on him quickly. Jump that Autark right on his face immediately, or even tie him up with your Warboss or X up. Fire Dragons did take out one of the generators, but now they've been caught by sluggers. So red was a bit sloppy, might lose the entire squad. Shooter Boys, Warboss and Weird Boy in retreat path. 210, 307. Does not attack with the Warboss, but does get the last model anyway. So Fire Dragons do not last long there. Crippling volley just about snaring the movement of those Howling Banshees. They were almost out of the area of effect radius. I think blue team pushing well though. 210, 307. It might be time for the Dreadnought to get a ranged weapon up. The great thing about getting a melee walker out the gate, melee walkers have such a large impact, but as the game wears on they become more and more of a liability, and you can then switch to that ranged weapon instead of switching to the melee loadout and being stuck with it. 198, 307. Excellent push by blue team. They're going to retake the east side, or are they? Here comes red with Howling Banshees and an Autark and some Dire Avengers. These tactical marines in trouble as their army fights in the distance. Is going to lose them surely. And those guys had a missile launcher, and that's 40 power, isn't it, to get a missile launcher? It's not freaking cheap. I mean, people talk about the versatility of tactical marines, and it is great versatility, but those weapon upgrades are not free. Certainly not. Down goes the Apothecary. So a great push and a great flank from red. Really alive to the situation there to flank. Flanking so important, of course, in Dawn of War 2, and can make huge difference in team games. Of course, Commander level 4. Ouch. Stone Guard veterans are going to wipe, I think, for Vroom. It's the Thunderhammer Force Squadron that gets the last hit on Vroom, which was a good push, turned into a really bad engagement in the end. Sluggers have used your choppers fighting Banshees, but as usual, happens almost every single game. Sluggers hit by friendly fire of the Weird Boy. Not sure what these Wraith Guard are trying to achieve, what they're pushing. Is that the Warlock being chased? Yes, a special attack. His very fancy special attack from his Merciless Switchblade. And he wipes out the sluggers. Does he? He's going to try and chase them. Unfortunately for him, the Warlock does not have a melee charge. He has a melee leap instead, which is actually bad for chasing retreating units. So he does have that drawback. 196, 224. As great as that leap is, he's not amazing at chasing. Sluggers are wiped in the end though. It's red continuing his fantastic flank, finishing off those sluggers, and he's a level 3 Howling Banshees now. Red coming into his own. Watershipup, what happened to you? He's got double tactical marines and that is it. Where did he lose his Dreadnought? Can I see the remains of it in a way? It must have been... oh, there it is. Yeah, pushed it in. It only had half hit points or so when I last saw it, so he needed to keep it back. 196, 221. Warp Spiders capping duty. Vroom-Vroom has a Dreadnought of his own now, and a Lehman Russ on the field for TehMuffinman. Batpimp with a Nob squad on the way. Very choppy infantry indeed. Avatar of Cain though for Ar-Aamon. It's nicely poised for a tier 3 fight. Red and Vroom-Vroom the only players still in tier 2, and the Lehman Russ goes for the executioner, that rapid firing plasma cannon on top. Blue team catching some stuff in retreat there. That's Vroom-Vroom stuff. Catching them, but cannot wipe out the Dire Avengers. Who's going to take this east side? Red team have abandoned it for the time being, just trying to reinforce their natural, which is under constant pressure from Batpimp. Done a really good job there. 182, 220. Shooting good on the Warlock. Level 6 Warlock puts his distortion, his psychic field up, I should say, from his champion's robe. Wraith Guard again, getting a bit too close. Here's the Avatar for Ar-Aamon. Super unit for Eldar. I'm probably butchering the pronunciation of that name, by the way. Gives you that passive area of effect buff. You see it on those Howling Banshees there. It's actually suppression immunity, I think, and some, I think it's damage buff and all sorts of good stuff. But they're in retreat now. The Avatar pretty damn good in combat himself, will help tie up and damage those knobs for sure. 182202. He's set to get a damage buff, of course, in 2.3.1. Warlock on capping duty has the Executioner, almost 65 power melee DPS on a very quick sub-commander. And for once, someone's kept her alive into tier 3. Red can drop a nuke as well. Has enough red. 614 red, good grief, to drop a nuke. Another Leman Russ on the way for TehMuffinman. Predator tank for Watership-Up, who seems to have struggled the most really in engagements. He had a couple of really good engagements, but a couple of times he's been found wanting really. 181, 192, whaps out those stormtroopers though. And is pushing with the Predator tank. Can he catch this Manticore? Don't think so. Doesn't look like he's going after it. Force Commander is wrecking some guardsmen with that Thunderhammer. That Thunderhammer is such an awesome weapon. So hard to kite him with it, because if he begins that special attack animation, he's going to hit you no matter how far away you get. 168, 192. Does any other special attack do that in the game? I think the Death Dreads special does. But other than that, I don't think there is any other tracking specials. Down goes that Force Commander though. Avatar coming in to reinforce from Ar-Aamon, and he has a D-Cannon and a guarded weapon team with a Bright Lance. Try and keep those tanks at bay, and they've stolen this bunker. Pushing power now, blue team a bit thin on this east side. Not sure where Vroom-Vroom, oh he's here. He's just repairing up his Dreadnought, which has its melee loadout. Might want to change that with a Predator tank around, we'll see. Look at this, Inferno Pistol is up from the Inquisitor. Good damage to all targets with the Judgment ability, and there is a Judgment and a Manticore Strike on the Predator tank's face. Melter Bomb also maybe. No, does not throw his Melter. He doesn't have the energy to throw his Melter. Not sure how much it is. I'm guessing it's at least 45, maybe 50 energy to throw it. Terminator's called in though, and Banshee's in trouble here. Ar-Aamon leaving him in way too long, and they are wiped unfortunately for him. He does have his Wraith Guard, and they just about get away. Not sure what this Predator tank is trying to do. Low on health with Judgment on it, and he brings it back into the engagement. He's going to lose it, yes. Good push from blue. Leman Russ is taking a lot of damage though. D-Cannon, was that friendly fire? Might have just been power fists to the face. Leman Russ needs some repairs and needs to steal back this bunker. What is Dar Avengers up to? To steal that bunker back and make it a repair bunker, I would think. Terminators with their power fists and storm bolters. But despite all of that, red team have capped up the mid. They have a double cap here, 129, 188. They have a VP advantage. Watership-Up doesn't seem to be able to preserve any of these units apart from his tactical marines, and he's getting some Stone Guard veterans now. Had double missile launchers. I would have kept that, because he's fighting triple Leman Russes soon to be, and a Dreadnought, but that is an Eldritch Storm just catching the end of it. Wiped one of the Leman Russes. This guy is precariously close to dying. 100 hit points now being repaired, and they're just unable to finish that guy off. 104, 188. Whoops, Exarch is down on the west side again.
We have 100 points remaining.
And Watership-Up drops Assault Terminators, Deathwing Terminators, with this awesome parchment white colour scheme. Much like his Dreadnought. Level 4 Inquisitor, level 5 Apothecary, so he has that all important level 5 heal. The Apothecary seal gets more powerful every 2 levels. The Warboss level 6 has spiky armor. Whoops, Exarch level 3, that's a rocket run. Pretty odd place and time to place it, but it didn't really do much, did it? Power Blades up for the Warps of Exarch, and a level 8 Warlock. Look at this guy go. Level 7 Force One, and now has the Power Fist, and there you see it in action. Also has the Teleporter. Leman Russ takes a Flesh Over Steel Pit. Eldritch as well. Good grief. Does not wipe a vehicle though. The Manticore still around even. Emperor's Fist stunning these Terminators. Down goes the Manticore. It was actually a Wraith Guard shot that finished them off. Judgment is up on these Assault Terminators now. Needs to be careful with these guys. Did he use his Teleporter? Might have been a little bit of trouble if he did. There's a looted tank in retreat path. Where is Batpimp's Knob Squad? They're coming out of base now. Assault Terminators do teleport out and needs to be careful with these guys. 99, 150. TehMuffinman still has 2 Leman Russes and a Kashyyyk squad on the way. His Dreadnought still in that melee state. Being set upon by an Avatar now. Melter bomb on him. Is the Avatar going to get out of here? Tanks to shoot it up. Assault Marines and a Dreadnought chasing it down in melee combat as well. 99, 136, 2 to 1 for blue. Can they hold on? Something's decapping though. It's some sneaky dire Avengers. Avatar will get away. Dreadnought does not want to chase. There we go, turn around. Now we have a Bright Lance Wraith Lord from Ar-Aamon. Already has the Wraith Bone up. Stern Guard, Tactical Marines. Very dangerous force commander. Down goes a Dreadnought. Doesn't want to teleport in and flesh over steel hastily. Wants that back up there so he can guarantee a kill on the Leman Russ. He teleports after the Terminators actually. And they have to teleport away. Hammer of the Witches on the Force Commander. Scales so well that ability. Stuns are always incredibly useful. 87, 132. Assault Terminators using their teleport. Just trying to pressure things off, I think, rather than expecting to get a kill here. Leman Russes, I should say, will take shots as they back away. This one's showing its rear armor. Assault Terminators though leading a line, and they're getting those inspiration buffs for these Tactical Marines. The Stern Guard though need to switch their ammo type to Vengeance rounds to do any damage to those Leman Russes. Maybe he doesn't know how their ammo switches work. 68, 132, red team now with a 2 to 1. Nob squad rampaging through the mid, level 2 and fully upgraded, yes. Now going after the Warlock, who does a fantastic job tanking them. Gets a special attack too, the Void Boy with Warpath. Running away from the Avatar, gonna try and decap. Cheeky Weird Boy. That Warlock is still tanking those knobs. That is crazy. Does go down eventually. Level 9 Warlock doing a fantastic job soaking up damage there. Nothing really around to help him out though, apart from the Avatar. 46, 132. Weird Boy does finish the decap, now needs to run away. Good play from batpimp. East side. Tactical Marines on capping duty. And they finish the cap. Now it's a double for blue. Kashyyyk, what do you have? They have grenade launchers. Knocked back with every hit. Bunker is now blue also, but what kind of bunker is it? It's not a medical bunker. Might be no kind of Pacific bunker yet. Bright Lance Wraith Lord is going to have a tough time, I think, trying to outshoot 2 Leman Russes. Are they leveled? Nope. Vroom-Vroom floating tons of resources. He might be, I guess he's saving for either a land radar or he's waiting for the cooldown to get some more Terminators. Leman land radar redeemer on the way for water. 46, 93. Orks for Exarch is revived. That levels the Warlock to 10, 12, 20 hit points. Force Runners level 9. And a bit of a standoff mid. Red team need to gather themselves and decide where they're going to push. They're split at the moment, which I don't think is a good idea. Fire Prism, I should say, on the field for Ar-Aamon. And TehMuffinman replaces his Manticore. It's a good choice late game. Especially help against that Land Raider. There's the Wrath of Cain knocking things flying and suppressing them. What is this? Singularity? 46, 71. It is a Singularity and a very, very well placed one. Ouch. Batpimp got hit hard there. Who has some commandos on the field and that 50% faster capping trait, but they need to be careful. More tuck dropped on them, but they do retreat out. 46, 67 1-to-1 cap. Blue team's natural under pressure from Warp Spiders. It looks like they're going to finish this cap here. Doing a lot of damage to the Inquisitor, and they take her down. Level 3 Warp Spiders. There's those knocking back grenade launchers from the Kashyyyk. 44, 67. Nob squad again in amongst the Shuriken. That's Ard Boys and use your choppers. They are double buffed by the Warboss. Turns them into probably the scariest unit in the game when they're buffed like that. 35, 67. and they're almost level 3, but here are some Lightning Claw Terminators, and as you can see, the Warboss, the knobs don't want any part of that. Lightning Claw Terminators will rip them to shreds. I'm pretty sure they actually beat 2 level 1 Nob Squads, Lightning Claw Terminators. Or at least they used to. 3367 Terminators are capping. Blue team trying to get the 2-to-1, but red team are pushing east, and they have a Land Raider Redeemer here. Basically on mobile base for the Space Marine. And will also support his allies, of course, allows you to retreat back to it, reinforce off it, and even get inside for protection. There's an Eldritch Storm, takes out the bunker. Stuns the Leman Russ. Does it stun both of them? This one doesn't seem to be stunned, but it's not moving. 3358. Lightning Claw Terminator is doing the Space Marine jig. What is this? Move. There we go. Some pathing problems. 3352. Manticore Strike trying to hit that Land Raider, but it was already moving away. And the Wraithlord is pushing here, trying to finish off the Leman Russ. Going to be finished off himself, I think. Yeah, one more shot. Eventually, there we go. Avatar still around, just about. Red has an avatar of his own, which is coming down the west side for some reason. 3341. That's another singularity. And it will pull in retreating units, and there's a huge amount of damage to them. As you can see, Shooter Boys level 4 are going to go down. Yes, they are. See Council on the field now for Ar-Aamon. Will help versus the Nob Squad, but in a stand-up fight, they will lose that fight. 3341. Blue team capping east side. Apothecary level 7, actually hitting himself with his own purification vials there. Uh-oh. Cyclone missile launcher, which is awesome, getting a big hit on the Land Raider there, and he has some more Terminators. Vroom-Vroom. Assault Marines on the way. Judgment up on the Land Raider, but it's staying in play here. Uh-oh. Excruciators assail, such an awesome ability, completely locking down those Terminators. The Inquisitor in general is really bad news for enemy Terminators. Land Raider almost went down for that Manticore Strike, and it's the Inquisitor almost single-handedly taking down those Terminators because of that assail, and down goes the Leman Russ. Massive losses for Watershipup. 3327, it's a 1-to-1 cap, it's so close. Force Commander switched back to his Thunderhammer and is fighting. His level 10, 1472 hit points. Has Artificer. Orbital going off on blue team's VP. But they are gonna... No, red team's taking it now. Avatar fighting Knobs. Massively overextended. But he's tying them up. Here comes Vroom-Vroom to support with double Terminators and a level 8 now, Apothecary. There's that assail again, almost wiping the Seer Council, but looks like they are going to get away. 33-27, down goes something. Or was that just barrels exploding? Was it just barrels exploding? 33-27. Blue team are taking their natural back, yes, but red team now are decapping east side. It's red doing so. Watershipup has more assault Terminators. Has he not learned that enemy Inquisitor is doing really well against those Terminators? She's almost level 8. Eldritch Storm going off on his side. Leman Russ lives. Red team are going to cap the east side. Heart of Darkness healing up the level 10 Warlock. He'll revive the Warp Strex up afterwards, I'm sure. The priority is the cap right now. Another Wraithlord from Ar-Aamon. Look at the amount of floats by red. Trying to get another avatar, I think. If I was him, what would I get? A bunch of D-cannons up here. Fire prisms. A little bit risky with that Cyclone missile launcher. That can easily one-shot a fire prism if it hit right. Assault Terminators and Watership up in a huge amount of trouble here. It's a bang hammer Warboss as well. Level 9 this guy. Also has the trophy rack. Constant damage debuff for surrounding enemies. You see those red circles. 7-27 purification vials thrown in. Assault Terminators are going to wipe. Are they stunned? Yes, they are stunned by the Warp Vomit. and he's going to lose them out. Singularity actually finished them off. 7-27 red team. Are they going to scrape through here? Blue team are taking the natural. Yes, they are. Red team really up against it. Watership has lost pretty much his entire army many times over. He's got a single tactical marine squad and a very powerful force commander. 2 level 10 commanders on the red team. Level 7 Inquisitor, level 10 Apothecary. As the armored Apothecarian now, there's that advanced healing going off. Warboss also level 10. Wraithlord needs to be careful. Here comes a Nob squad. They will finish it off with help from the commandos. Rocket launcher. I don't think he really needed to use user choppers there, but down goes the Wraithlord. Guardian Weapon team are going to whack. Red team falling apart a little bit at the end, but great back and forth fight. There's a no cap game. Red team taking a natural, blue team taking their natural, blue team taking the east side though. Or are they? Whenever he needs to cap, there we go. It's the Inquisitor who's going to cap. She's well into level 8. Warlock just trying to harass this VP. Might be able to knock over the Apothecary with a leap. Nope. He's going straight for the decap. Avatar with a missed Wrath of Cain. Yes. Warlock just about gets the decap. Can he get away? No. 14 I should say. 1-to-1 cap. Predator tank from Watership up. Where does he get all these resources from? He's just churning out units. Big units as well. 2 Assault Terminators, a Lehman Russ, 2 Predators. I think 2 Assault Marines, 2 Tactical Marines. Where's he getting all this resources from? And he's kitted out his force commander like crazy. That's what happens when you don't push power. Blue team taking it at the end with a double cap. They had both the contested and their natural. Crazy, crazy stuff. Awesome game to watch. Level 10 Apothecary and a level 8 Inquisitor was down at the end. Level 10 Warboss as we saw. Level 5 Warp Spider Exarch. Level 10 Warlock. Level 10 Force Commander. Some great flanks. Some puzzling plays. Massive, massive losses. And there you have it. Thanks for watching guys. Hope you enjoyed it. And I'll see you next time.